The TDB team has its act perfectly together. It's the 9th year, next year is going to be the 10th year. So I think everything's sort of in place. The manner in which the information was conveyed to the jurors, the time given to respond, and also the engagement with the students at the presentation stage was also fantastic. The selection of the project itself was very interesting, that it opened up challenges to students about historicity and intervening in a context which is not only challenging in terms of its historic past, but also the physical condition within which they were asked to intervene. And I think that to me was a great beginning for the idea of this competition this year. Projects that we saw today were also extremely well handled, most of them maturely handled, and it became very informative for us as jurors to engage with all the various positions that the students were presenting. One of the key things that I was looking for in entries was the depth of understanding of the context and the issues that they clearly set out to resolve over and above what the brief was. I was looking for was where they were able to go out of the normative brief and bring their own sort of take on the projects. The project itself presented a very fresh perspective for us to evaluate. So I think that was a very surprising and refreshing moment to see that project and understand where this young architect is coming from to present their ideas. So I think that was very interesting. Also, the depth of the exploration that the winning entry presented came as a very interesting and pleasant surprise, that it looked at not only the detail of dwelling and what it means to dwell in the neighborhood, but also looked at the overall scale. So I was aware of this competition every year because of all the publications that were being shared and also the media coverage that is covered each year. This year it was special because I was part of the review process with Hans and Edgar de Mello, which was really exciting to be with them all day and since yesterday to bounce off ideas and share our positions on the various entries which led to the selection. So I thought that was fantastic. I'm particularly excited about the fact that this competition is growing in scale each year, and that if a lot more students participate, I think it's better for the fraternity, because outside of their academic curriculum, which most of the students are engaged with, I think what helps is this sort of, I call it a very positive disruption, doing a competition, putting yourself out there to see how things stand in relation to people from other backgrounds, other nationalities, and I think it's wonderful. So I would urge schools to urge their students to participate in this competition each year. Really sometimes even helps to make it part of your curriculum if the program fits studio modules, because then you will have a lot more people presenting, and then each school can send an entry. From the presentations that we saw, a lot of the work that we saw started off with very simple ideas, people struggling, using their hands, making models, and the process was very analog in that sense of understanding the context and so many things. And then when it moves into a slightly more complex presentation mode, a lot of them lost out on good ideas because they chose mediums, digital mediums, that did not align with what ideas they were trying to present. A word of caution for all future participants, that when you pick a medium to express an idea, test it whether it is going to add value to what you are saying, or is it going to take away from what your initial germinal idea is. So, videos sometimes don't do justice to what you are thinking or presenting many times, because they are short clips which give you a very sort of a sketchy glimpse, or sometimes they're just too over detailed and glossy. So I think image driven presentations versus content driven explanations. I would choose the content-driven explanations as an important tool to express what you have in mind.